You have a whole bunch of code that is not tested, that was not designed to be testable. How do you even approach getting this button that gives you the green light? How do you approach a test suite that you can trust? And the answer to that is, first of all, don't make a project out of it. Don't decide for the next 3 months, we're going to write a whole bunch of tests. This project will fail. And it will discredit everybody who's been a part of it. It will not produce the tests that you want. And it will probably leave the system in a worse shape than you began. This is what happens whenever you start a project to correct a long-term lack of discipline. The solution is to change attitude. You shift your attitude. You say, from now on, I and every member of my team, whenever we touch this code, we will make it a little bit better. This is the Boy Scout rule I talked about earlier. But when you're making a little bit better, you check out the code, you look at it, you do whatever you have to it, you make it a little bit better. When you make it a little bit better, you are thinking about how you're going to get tests in there. Now, you may be able to write a test. Don't write too many, don't go crazy, write enough tests to satisfy you for that day and then check them in. But you might not be able to write any tests because the code was not designed to be testable. It's too risky to change it to then write tests. So what you'll do then is you will make some small change to make the code approach testability, just a little bit closer. You'll break some coupling, you'll open up some function, you'll change some function argument, something like that. And then you'll check it in and walk away and hope that the next guy can push it a little closer to testing. And then bit by bit, this code will get better and better. What code will get better and better? The code that you're actually touching. There'll be a whole bunch of code in there that you never touch. That already works, you're never going to see it again. Don't go digging around in that stuff. It's the code you're actively manipulating that you want to improve. Secondly, sometimes you'll be asked to add new features. And you'll realize very quickly that there's 2 ways to add the new feature. One way is to smear a bunch of code in the existing legacy, adding if statements and flags and stuff like that so that you can get this new feature in. The other way is to write the new feature in a completely separate module and then couple that module in from the outside into the legacy code. That second way is the harder of the 2, and it's the one you should do. Because you can test it, you can write all of that code with tests, and you can then factor it into the legacy. So you will have improved the legacy system by doing that. Over a lot of time, the legacy code will get better and better and more tested. And then it becomes a bit like a snowball, because as it gets better and better and more tested, you start to trust the tests more. That allows you to do even more cleanup, which lets you trust the tests even more, which allows you to do more cleanup, and you get this runaway snowball effect. You're kind of hoping that'll happen sometime within a year or so.